How you doing? I'm going to give you an opportunity to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Danielle. Of course, a lot of you guys know me probably by Danny Baby, but 90% of the time, I just go by Danielle.
Period. Okay, so how's your fall kicking off? We'll start there.
The
How are you
fall,
yeah, how are you enjoying this season?
honestly, is going so crazy because, like, in the morning time, it'll be like, what, 49 degrees. And then
Yes.
by 2 o'clock, it's like, what, 80 degrees. 5 o'clock, it's like, okay, we're dipping back down to the 50s with a little bit of breeze and stuff like that. So it's a little up and down. And honestly, getting over colds and stuff is kind of annoying because it's like this weather needs to pick its season and stay
No,
there.
for real. I've been sneezing and then like you said it gets hot and I'm all bundled up, ready for it to be cold,
Yeah.
start sweating.
hmm
How did you start social media and how has your journey been?
How I started social media is I legit just started doing Sonic drinks. So when I used to be a manager at Sonic, before like we open or when we're like at downtime,
Yeah.
I would make Sonic drinks. So like one day I was doing this like blue coconut ice situation
Okay.
because a pregnant lady actually ordered it and I was like, I don't know about this, but I'm about to try it. So I ended up recording it and making a video and I posted it. And that was like my first viral video that went viral
Yeah.
on TikTok. And so that's kind of how it started. And then, of course, like my job was like, no, you can't record inside of the store and stuff like that. So I used to do it like outside, but it never got that many views like how my
Yeah.
older videos did. So eventually I ended up leaving Sonic and I took a break from TikTok. It was like a year, maybe a year and a half or so. And I was like, I don't want to do car content. And like I said, by the time my daughter got popular on TikTok, but I never returned back to TikTok because of her.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that, but I never did. So eventually one day I was like, F it, because I kept like prolonging it because I'm like, I don't know what I want to do, but I'm like, I'm always on social media, might as well make money and do what I want to do.
Facts. Here's the thing
So,
too. Sorry,
no,
sorry to
go
cut
ahead.
you off. I don't think even if you did want to get involved because your daughter was on social media out of
Mhm.
nowhere, you're not wrong because that's your daughter. So if you wanted to be involved, I don't think you should feel wrong or nobody should say anything about that.
No, I definitely agree with you. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it, even if that
Yeah,
was the situation, right?
yeah,
So anyway, one day I was like, F it, I'm gonna just go pick up my toddler and I'm gonna make like a little video and stuff like that. And I did, and I think I posted it the next day, and that's when people started realizing, oh, that's London's mom, or as y'all know, baby girl.
yeah.
But I call her London. I don't call her baby girl, but they was like, oh, that's London's mom. So that's kind of how like my page started back taking off
Okay.
because before that I gained like 30,000 followers just doing like Sonic drinks.
Yeah.
But that's how it kind of started back taking off.
Okay.
hmm
How has it been now? Now this is something that I'm not too for sure on. I don't know, so I'm just gonna ask: are you a single mother?
No,
Okay.
I'm not a single mother.
Okay. So that changes my question a little bit. How's it been being a mother of three children? I'll just say that.
Well,
Obviously,
honestly,
it's not the easiest thing ever. No child is easy. I have a cat, and it's not easy.
no, so I feel like right now motherhood for me is kind of hectic
Yeah,
because like all of my kids are like in that stage where they're developing their like personality.
yeah,
And of course, all my kids have strong personalities. So right now I feel like it's like a little difficult versus when they were younger. It
yeah,
was a lot easier. But now they're starting to get into like a little bit of a teenage year. Of course, London's not even close to it, but I can definitely tell she's like transitioning into it. And
yeah.
then of course my son, he's like, okay, starting to find my voice, starting to find my personality. So right now I just feel like I'm in that like tough spot of motherhood.
Okay,
Trying to
yeah,
balance all of it.
yeah. I know that can be very hard. I
It can
commend you
be.
for your the patience that I feel like you exude on social media with everything that you go through. I want to
Yeah.
give you some grace on that for sure. Do they all go to school together or do they go to school separate? And is it hard navigating different homeworks, different schools, different programs?
So right now London and Braylon go to the same school, so it's
Okay.
easier, right? But of course, next year London will be going to her own school. She'll be going to middle school, and
Yeah.
I'll have my son who's in elementary school. So I can't really say it's hard because right now they get on the same bus
Okay.
and get dropped off at the same time. But as far as like homework and everything, believe it or not, schools nowadays don't even really give homework. I don't
That
know
is
why, but they
crazy.
don't. And what will happen is they'll just say, hey, these are the spelling words for this week, and we'll go over that. And of course, if London's having a problem with certain things, then of course we'll sit down and
Yeah.
practice it or go over it, especially like the study guides. So that's how that part kind of works.
Okay. Okay,
Hmm.
yeah, I feel like a lot of people get so caught up in just seeing clips that they think that all the kids live these whole separate lives and don't understand that you have a household with three kids in them that you
Yeah.
are raising, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
it's crazy that people would even think that. It's just crazy,
yeah,
honestly.
I know. It's okay to wonder, but never okay to assume, you know?
Yeah, and the way people will assume and then believe their own lies or believe the own stuff that they make up, it's like it's low key a
Scary.
mental problem.
Yes, scary. So, what do you see in the future for you and your family? What does the future look like
um,
for you?
Honestly, right now in the future, I'm kind of like I'm trying to sit down and figure out exactly what I want to do in the future wise. Like I know I want to be my own business owner.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out what avenue I actually want to take or
Okay. Have
what
you
type of business I want to create first. So I feel like in the long future, that's probably where I will be at. And of course, like with me, I will start something and then stop and start on something else. So I
Yeah,
really want to figure out exactly what I want to do first.
I feel that.
Hmm.
Okay, as far as your history with school, did you go to college? And if not, that's no, I didn't go to college, so I'm definitely
No,
not.
no, I didn't go to college. I finished high school, so I do have my high school diploma, which a
Okay.
lot of people think just because I had a child at 16, like I dropped out of high school.
Yeah,
But
and
I do have my high school diploma, and I didn't go to college. But of course, anybody who wants to go to college, is nothing wrong with that. I just
yeah.
never really had the desire to go to college.
Yeah, I second that for sure. I think college is kind of a big scam unless you know exactly what you're going for as soon as you go.
Exactly. Unless you're getting into a field that really requires you to have a college degree, then of course by all means go to college. But a lot of people don't know that there's a lot of careers out here that don't even involve a college degree.
Yeah,
So it's just hard finding those type of jobs. That's the issue.
I hear you. Where are you from? Rep your hometown, girl. Where you from?
I am from Alabama.
Okay.
I am from Alabama, the deep south of Alabama.
Okay, the South.
Hmm.
How was it being raised down there, and was it tough or a lot? I feel like a lot of people assume the South is so overly
Country.
racist and country, but I hear the North is worse.
Honestly, I mean, of course we're country, right? We are country. But I do feel like you have certain parts that can be racist, but
Yeah,
honestly, I haven't I have experienced racism, but it's not like what you really expect though. I more so experienced racism being in like in a relationship, right?
yeah,
Of course, I'm not fully white, so when people look at me and of course I'm with well, what word am I looking for? Interracial
yeah.
relationship,
Yeah.
right? There we go. And so that's how I kind of experienced racism.
Okay.
So it's
People
not like you're
judging you because you are not quote unquote with your color because you don't look like you are either or color, basically.
correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's sad. I see a lot of people try to judge people for who they are with and say that you're not for this community or you're not for that community. And I think it don't matter who you lay in the bed with, it's where your heart is. But
Correct. And that's how I feel too. Like, why are you so worried about what other people are doing with their life, who they're
yeah,
with? You need to worry about your life and who you with and stop worrying about other people because at the end
period
of the day, if you focus on that, you're never going to be happy with your life or who you with.
at
That's all.
all. You gotta have some groundwork.
Mhm.
Okay. Is there anything else you want us to know about yourself?
Um, I feel like I talk about myself a lot. Like I'm an open book. So I guess not off the top of my head, I would say. Um, I mean, of course, if you ask me questions, and I'm like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't really just think about anything that I really care for people to know unless you really ask me.
No, I got you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Um, and for anybody listening, I apologize if I've asked anything that anybody's already heard or already knew about Miss Danielle. I
Hmm.
personally haven't got to hear or see a lot from you because I'm
Hmm.
drowned out with clips of the other drama. So it's nice to actually
Hmm.
like talk to you and get to hear
Hmm.
who you are and stuff, not from
Yeah.
comments.
Them comments will have you all the way confused.
A little bit, but I peep game quick, so it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. um. Okay, so obviously with kids, daddies come in the picture. So,
Yeah.
how was your relationship with the children's fathers? And you do not have to start off with London because I know that's what everybody want to hear. You can start off with, your other two children because they matter
90% of the
too.
time I'm probably gonna go down the road, I would say.
Okay.
So London with me and her dad, like we're on a very good I co-parenting page, I would say. Of course, we communicate about our daughter when it
Yeah.
comes to school activities, holidays, anything like that. We definitely communicate like that. So there's really no issue right there. Now, of course, everyone I don't just text me like, "Hey, how you doing?" This and that. It's
Yeah.
strictly about my kids. So with her, it's fine. Like, it's fine. Communicate with them. Now, of course, when it comes to London's dad, I mean, he is just a handful in itself. I don't
Yeah.
even really handle that because anytime when me and him talk, it's like fire and fire.
Yeah.
So all we do is just bump heads, argue, this and that. Now, that's where my partner kind of steps in. He kind of communicates with that and
Okay.
everything. So he handles that. I can't because it's too many
Okay.
times he done disrespected me, calling me out my names. And even now, like if I text him, be like, "Hey, are you getting Braylon this weekend? This and that." He don't even text back. He'll text my
Wow.
partner and be like, "Oh, can you meet me here? So and so." And it's crazy because he'll try to make it seem like it's completely different on social media than what
Yeah.
it actually is. So that's where that one is. And of course, with my toddler, me and his dad's together. So it's kind of different. Like we definitely
Yeah.
communicate about our kid. I feel like it's kind of different with us being together because we're just parenting
Yeah.
versus having to like
I want to say
co-parent.
I like to
And
hear. Sorry, I like to hear that you have some support because people automatically assume that you're not defending yourself and you're just sitting over here letting this and this happen. Period.
yeah,
When a man gets to
yeah,
acting up, let your man handle it. You're not doing nothing
correct.
wrong. You don't need to.
A lot of people think he doesn't do anything. Like my partner, he think everybody thinks he's just like a deadbeat, but in reality is he's just not a big social media person. Like of course
Yeah.
he'll post his little videos here and there, but in actuality, in when it comes down to picking them up from the bus stop, he is there. When it comes to sports, he is there. He is dropping them off, picking them up.
Hmm.
Weekends, that's who they're with. So he is definitely doing his part. But of course, a lot of people won't see that because I don't really show that aspect. I don't really show my relationship too much on social media.
And
And
you
also,
don't have
he's not
to.
a correct. I don't have to. I just feel like my page is about me and being a mother. Now, of course, he comes on there, then he comes on there. If I show him, of course, I just show him.
Yeah.
But he is definitely doing his part. I trust me, I wouldn't be with anybody who wasn't doing their part.
I love to hear that because from in my opinion, just from like the little stuff I have seen, you never have given non-independent. Like you give strong woman vibes. Like you're not.
Yeah.
If you don't got it, you're gonna make it happen no matter what because you got kids and I don't know. I can see it. I was
Yeah,
raised by
yeah,
a single mom, so I feel like I can just see that when in women. I don't
correct. Like
know.
I am very independent, but don't get me wrong, my man still steps when he has to.
Period. Period. Um. So obviously you're with your toddler's father, so
Mhm.
he's out of the picture with this question. What were the splits rough with the initial splits? Rough with the father?
Um, yes, so to be honest with you, during London's first few years and stuff after I split from London's dad,
Mhm.
that's where the most trouble came from because it was just a lot going on where I was just doing everything on my own. Now, of course, now he is definitely like fully in the picture. He is
Yeah.
there. He's like all hands on with her. But of course, it wasn't always like that. And I just feel like at the time it was just a lot going on. And of course, people have to grow. And that's okay too. You forgive and you move on. Now with Braylon's dad, it's like a sticky situation because of course when we did the DNA and found out it was his, he
Mhm.
ended up going out of town to go work. And of course that's no excuse to be a father, right?
Yeah.
So he was very in and out of Braylon's life, in which I'm that type of person. If you're going to be inconsistent, why are you even bothering, right?
Right.
Because he's not even going to fully know you or,
And that'll cause a lot of confusion and a whole bunch of stuff down the line, and it can cause mental
yeah,
problems. I done had some. Fuck my daddy.
yeah. So, of course, like when he would come down here, he'll get him, but then bring him back the same day, but he's still down here. But I'm thinking, if you out of town, right, and you
Yeah.
come back, you would want to see your kids, not just get your kids and then bring them back the same day or
Mm.
spend the night and then bring them back in the morning time, but you still down here. So that kind of stuff I couldn't really F about. I
Yeah.
mean, F with. But I was at the same time, it's like, you know what? Yeah, I might feel some type of way because I'm like, you know what? You need to be there more. But of course, I'm gonna still let my child go. But also, if you're just going to be inconsistent, like I said, why even bother? But it's kind of like in a hard spot. Like you want your kid to know who their dad is,
Yeah.
but also trying to protect them also. So of course that happened. I mean, don't get me wrong. He would like send money for like daycare or he'll send clothes and stuff like that. But of course, that's nothing to a kid. Like
Yeah.
that is nothing unless you really get to know your child. They care
Time is
more
what
about,
matters.
yeah, they care more about quality time versus what you can actually provide.
Hmm.
So that's where we at now. He stays down here now and he'll get him like every other weekend or so, or when he decides to actually get him.
Yeah. That's sad, but I'll say he give him a little bit more effort than my dad did, so I'll
Yeah.
give him a little scooch. um. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back to London's dad real quick, if you do not
Mhm.
mind. Okay, so when it comes to London's dad and being present, do you feel like he's always driving the steering wheel, or do you feel like when you try to deal with him, you have to deal with another person?
Uh, it's like a yes and a no.
Okay.
That's our short answer is like a yes and a no.
Okay.
So like anytime when it comes to like her grades or school, that type of stuff, I'm texting her dad or anything like that. So I really don't talk to anybody unless it's about school, picking up, dropping off, holidays, that type of stuff.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, earlier you said that London kind of popped up on social media in the middle of you kind of taking a break.
Mhm.
And so, how were you initially okay with that, and how did that make you feel? And were you involved at all with that behind the scenes? Because a lot of people just assume that it was just abrupt, and I don't know if it was just abrupt for you or not.
Yeah, so I like I said, I didn't know, but I felt like it was I personally feel like if I was actually asked and was like, took my concern into consideration,
Mm,
then of course I probably feel some type of way, but at the time I felt like I didn't really know how to feel.
yeah,
I think it was like a point like, oh, okay, my daughter likes to make videos, which I knew that, but then it was also kind of like it would have been nice to actually be asked. So I
yes,
think a lot of people think, oh, you were already on TikTok. Like, how did you not know? But at the time, I wasn't really active on TikTok. Like, I didn't sit there and scroll. And also, if you don't follow somebody, you don't really see them unless they pop up on your For You page. So
yeah.
that's
I
how
was just
that
about to
kind of
say,
happened.
how was TikTok gonna know that your daughter's posted? They're not just gonna put that on your page if you
Correct.
didn't
So
know.
I didn't really know because I didn't follow her and I wasn't really interacting with her content.
Yeah,
So when I seen London, it was definitely a surprise, and people were kind of like, "Well, your daughter talks a lot, or kids talk a lot. How you didn't know?" The reason why I didn't know was because it was during a break, like summer break.
yeah.
So of course, I'm not seeing my child every single day because she's over there spending time with her dad during break. So that's how that whole kind of situation happened.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um, do you feel like the environment that has been showcased for London on social media has been one that exhibits safety for a young woman in a constructive way?
What exactly do you mean?
So, is it okay if I give some examples? I'm trying
Yeah.
not to be too messy, but
No, you're
I'm about to get
fine.
a little specific. So, like,
Okay.
I've seen a clip of London getting a Red Bull, and not even the. Okay, so I don't really do energy drinks, so I thought the little Red Bulls were for kids, and then I have realized that energy drinks aren't for kids at all. But she had a full grown size human
Mhm.
handed Red Bull. Um, just the outfits that I see her in sometimes are me as a man, I wouldn't let
Mhm.
my child be on social media in that fashion. And I'm not saying there's been anything like, oh my gosh, call the police now, but it's just,
Yeah.
stuff you don't know what people can do when they watch stuff. So I don't know. But do you feel
Mhm.
like the environment just those are little examples that I mean? I don't know if it makes sense now.
No, I understand. It's kind of hard.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I really have an answer for it, but as far as like your example like the Red Bulls and stuff, like I don't even give her Red Bulls.
yeah,
So when it comes to my kids, like any of my kids, right? I don't give them energy drinks. I don't allow them like to have a whole bunch of sugary stuff besides some stuff that we may make, or if we go out to eat, we may have like a little sweet treat.
yeah,
But I don't give my kids like Red Bulls. Like no kid needs to be drinking Red Bulls, okay? Even if it's sugar free, I still don't think they need to be drinking that type
yeah.
of
No,
stuff.
not at all.
As as far as like outfits, I grew where my point of view comes is like when I grew up, I wasn't allowed to wear like short shorts besides like the house. And even if another man was in the house besides like my dad, of course, then
Yeah,
they would always make me go change. And I
yeah,
never really realized that back then. And crop tops too. Like anytime I like had a crop top on, I would
yeah.
always have to put like a shirt underneath. So that's where my point of view comes from when it comes to clothes, because I fully understand now why my dad and my stepmom was like that.
I have a little
And
sister, and she was raised almost the exact same.
yeah, so I really feel like it just comes from two different backgrounds.
Yeah.
That's all.
I want to say, I see a lot of people try to discredit you for that standpoint, and they try to say, oh, she's using her trauma from her childhood against her child. No, you're protecting your
Yeah.
child like a mother should do. And like I feel like any mother should have that mindset. And I'm not saying that they should be overprotective and be like, oh my God, throw a towel on now if somebody walks in. But
Yeah.
like, I don't think you have a wrong mindset at all.
No, and it's crazy because you can definitely tell on social media people like who understand and people who just want to be ignorant.
Yeah,
And it's kind of like, oh, I'm not trying to control. I'm just trying to protect at the end of the day, because
exactly.
unfortunately we live in that type of world where we have to look at stuff like that, and it's sad,
Yeah.
but it's the reality.
And another thing, if you were in control, would the stuff be posted in the first place? Do we have anything said about it? Hello.
Hmm.
I just don't think
Yeah.
people be thinking. Um, do you feel like you have been respected as a mother in this whole debacle? And I'll say with all your children, because I don't want to just focus that question on London.
Yeah. Um, I'll I'll answer it like yes and no.
Okay,
I'm not,
that's fine.
and I don't want nobody to sit there and be like, oh, she's saying that she's trying to put it on one parent or so. No, I'm talking about both. So it's a yes and a no question for me.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do you care to elaborate? Sorry. If you don't
No,
want to
you're
go.
fine. So I feel like more like towards my son's dad, like he just doesn't have a respect for me, and it just
Okay.
kind of shows.
Yeah.
And of course with London, I feel like in the beginning we didn't really have a relationship, so I felt like maybe they feel like I didn't need to be asked. But
Mhm.
of course now moving forward and where we're at now, I pretty much communicate to them my concerns, and of course, they definitely ask if they're unsure.
Okay. That is good. See, and people's end goal, I think a lot of people like the goalpost moves a lot, and people
Yeah.
just want there to be this big feud. Although I'm gonna be honest, and Princess, I'm trying not to say her name. Miss D got me blocked, and that's fine. I don't really care for her, but I will say this: I think everybody's end goal should be London, Braylon, all your children having a
Mhm.
stable household with regular co-parenting where everybody feels respected. I think that should be the
Correct.
end goal.
Yeah.
The goalpost always moves around with the T pages, and I don't know.
Yeah, they
There are
definitely
some that
do.
keep it trill. I'm not trying to shade everybody. I hope don't nobody take offense. So since I've done some in the name, how actually I'm gonna hold that with Braylon when it comes to
Mhm.
co-parenting. Has it only been dealing with the father, or have you ever had to co-parent when it comes to Braylon with a father and step person. I'll say because I don't, obviously there's not a specific person. I
So
don't think.
I really feel like it just depends because so when Braylon dad first stepped into the picture, right, he was with a whole nother lady.
Yeah.
And honestly, like she was real cool. She was fine. She would pick Braylon up to go wherever.
Hmm.
When it comes to because she had kids too, so she'll say, hey, is it okay if Braylon come over and come play with so and so? So that was always fine. I was cool with that.
Okay.
And when it came to like dropping off clothes, shoes, or whatever, she would be dropping it off and stuff like that.
Okay.
Now I only deal with him because I don't talk to his partner now. And it's
Okay.
no tea or no shade. It's just it's nothing like that. I don't really think
Yeah.
she cares to really be involved. I think she really leaves it up to him.
Yeah. That's how it should be.
Yeah, so I don't really speak to her. So but right now, I mean, I don't even co-parent with him.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. I feel you. That's kind of just a drift right now.
Yeah, it's just a drift. It's just like it's in its own little gray spot somewhere.
What matters is the baby has a mother and a father figure present there to love them.
Correct.
That's what
Yes.
matters.
Mhm.
Now we're gonna go to the summoned. We're gonna go to Mrs.
Mhm.
D. How has co-parenting been when it comes to Cash and D? Has it obviously you said at the beginning it was bumpy, but I kind of want to specify more now on Miss D. Is
Mhm.
it D or die? I hear people say die.
Princess Di.
Die. Oh, okay. Die.
I think I'm saying it right. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I
I
I
hear a lot of people
could
say
be
die.
wrong, but that's what I believe it is. Yes.
That sounds probably right.
Mhm.
How has your co-parenting situation been when it comes to dealing with Mrs. Die?
Um it it's not bad.
Hmm.
Like of course anything that I spoke on was definitely like early on in the past.
Yeah.
Now I just feel like we're in the spot where I guess I more so communicate with her dad
Okay.
versus her because I feel like it's just it gets a lot when
Yeah.
you're communicating with everyone
Yeah.
and it just gets way too much to me sometimes. So I rather just deal with like her dad and I'm not
Yeah.
speaking bad on her,
Yeah.
but to me I get overwhelmed very easily. So when I'm talking to every party, it's just way too
It
much
feels
for
like a
me.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So I rather just talk to him. But of course if she texts me say like, "Hey, so and so," I don't mind, but
Yeah.
I don't want it to be like a trio cuz at the end of the day it's not a trio if that
Yeah.
kind of makes sense.
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
that's exactly how it should be. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I even thought that it was given kind of trio behind the scenes or a little bit of overstepping. But from what you just said, the gears are spinning. It's working how it should, and that's not a problem. That's fine. I think that's
Mhm.
great, actually. Um, Now since I also have brought Miss Dot up, I want to get specific one more time with something that I feel like
Okay.
is so widely discussed on the T pages. If you don't want to address it, obviously you don't have to. Um,
Okay.
this whole eating behind London situation, the
Mhm.
cavity, the frost on the lips. What is going on? Like, is this just clips being thrown out of proportion, or do you even not know yourself? And are you kind of just like, I'm just taking care of my kid, and that's all that matters? Or
I feel like sometimes the clips can be taken out of proportion.
okay,
So, like for instance, with eating after her. Now, of course, I spoke to her about it. Was like, hey, if you don't mind, I don't want you eating after her, or
hmm,
even just telling her dad also because at the end of the day, I don't even eat after my own kid,
yeah,
and I just feel like grown people do grown people things, and it
yes,
if it's not your child, I feel like you really shouldn't be eating after them. But even as a biological mother, I don't even eat after my own kids. I don't even like eating or drinking after nobody, period.
no, for real. I won't even eat after my
And
mom. My mom be like, "You think I got a disease?" Like,
yeah,
no,
and I don't think people realize it's like more to it than grown folks doing stuff. So like
yeah,
for instance, when I was younger and I drunk after someone, I end up getting like a viral throat infection where I was on 5 different medications, running fevers and stuff.
hmm,
So it's kind of just like that because you can catch stuff from other people. I'm not
hmm,
saying like she has anything by no means. I'm not
yeah,
saying that at all.
no,
But
yeah,
I'm just saying in general, like you can catch cold sores like that. You can catch
Yeah.
I think it's mono, that type of stuff. So that's why I just don't want her drinking after nobody. And it's not just her. I don't want her to grow up and feel like, oh, my friend, that's my friend. Let me drink after them.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're not going to do that because you don't know what they're doing or what they have.
Exactly.
Even now, when I see like friends, best friends and stuff eating after each other, I'm just like, that is so gross to me.
No,
I
for
don't
real.
even do that with my friends.
A fry is
So
one thing, but like I be seeing people take a bite off of each other's burritos.
yeah,
All
it's
type.
just
Yeah.
it's just nasty to me. And of course, if anybody's out there that, eats after somebody, that's fine. That is okay. But that's just not what we do over here.
You are not wrong. I'm gonna say this one. I'm gonna say one more thing about it, and I'm gonna leave that situation alone. That
Hmm.
cereal, the cereal clip is crazy. It's fun. Okay, we're gonna leave that one alone. We're gonna cover that up. um. Okay. Wow. So even before I'm not sure if I have any more questions, but I just want to say I already have such a different view on everything as far as like what the clips perceive it as, because everybody perceives there being this big old war behind the scenes all the time, 24/7. Oh, Danielle and
Hmm.
Princess D gonna meet up and fight, and it's all this drama with the
Oh
drop
gosh,
offs.
no.
No, you
No.
can't assume that, and you
It,
also can't assume just because you see somebody's okay. So when you have a kid that has a split parents, they have two households. So if one of the
hmm.
households are presenting that kid online, you cannot just assume that the mother is not present or doesn't care because the mother is
Yeah.
not involved in that household's business or
Correct.
recordings.
Hmm.
Nor can they assume that you haven't put down your guidelines or boundaries or anything because nobody knows.
Yeah. And I also
Oh,
think that's where a lot of people they just get things wrong.
yeah.
They just get things wrong.
Well, did you have anything you wanted to say? I don't think I have any more questions. I hope I wasn't
Um
too short.
No, you're not too short. And I just want people to know that, anything that I speak on, of course, it already been discussed. Like, this is nothing new. And of course, no one is being shady. I'm not being shady towards nobody, and I'm not being no type of way towards nobody. It's
Nope,
just me being honest.
you gave very PR trained. I like it.
Mhm.
It wasn't messy at all for real. Well, I want to say I followed you because I saw the clips. I'm gonna keep following you after this interview. I think you, from what I see, are a great person, and I think you, like I said, you exude great patience throughout
Mhm.
everything. Because I mean, I'm a Cancer, and obviously I'm not a
Oh,
woman, but
wow.
like I would be crashing out. I don't know if you know how cancers get down, but like, yeah. So you
I,
have great
I'm
patience.
I am a Cancer myself.
Oh wow. So
I am
yeah,
a June Cancer, so don't get me wrong now. I might not crash out on social media,
yeah.
but I definitely have my crash out moments, and I definitely can get to the point like if you push me way too far, all right, it's something's about to happen. So
Yep, ain't
just because
nothing
I
wrong with
don't, yeah, and just because I don't do it on social media definitely doesn't mean it's not going behind the scenes.
that. Period. Period. Well, it was great talking to you, Miss Danielle. I appreciate you for coming up. And
Yeah,
if we find room to collab in the future, I'm gonna hit you up or you can hit me up.
definitely. It was nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you too. You have a great day and I appreciate you.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Bye.